All right, so I'm going to just digress real quick into how do you then rotate the triangle. If you find the size that you want, if this is the size that you want, there are so many different things you can do to it. But if I wanted to rotate that triangle out,
Rotate 3D an object around the center point.
center axis. That's what I was saying, use rotate axis. So if you go to transform, you go to Euclidean, you can use rotate 3D or rotate axis. Either one will be fine. Rotate 3D, I think, is probably the better choice. No, I'm sorry, don't use that. Use rotate axis.
Why?
Because then you can use an edge. So I can set the line. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? There it is. Oblique curve. I can set that line on the edge here to be my axis of rotation. And then I can set the projected point to rotate around it. So now I can just go to math, trig, radians, and set my slider 0. This one I am going to do 0 to 360 because I have no idea what my orientation is. And so when it's at 0, it looks like that. And then I can kind of slide it around this way and see how now it's rotating around. Oops. Okay, so that is now rotating. The cool part is all I have to do now with that is just override the projected point connection. So I can just go right into here, plug that in instead, and now I have this rotating. You getting it?
No, I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No.
It's just this right here. All you're adding in is just a rotate axis. Yes?
Is there a way, like, you could move that the initial point and make the geometry off the point still?
This?
No, the last one.
That one. Yeah, you can move that anywhere. It's all just different types of translates. So let me just kind of group this one up as an idea. And if I go to transform, I'll go to, well, how do you want to modify it?
I want to keep it on that plane, but I just want to move it so that way it creates maybe a bigger triangle or
Okay. Yeah, so then trying to think of the best way to do that. You can deconstruct the point and reconstruct the point with other mathematical values. So that's probably the best way to just do a referential change from where it is. Otherwise, if you do move, right, you're going to need an actual vector, which is kind of a pain. So I can walk you through real quick how to do that. Guys, can I just kind of go through something with you real fast? I think it's going to be helpful to you because so far we've just spoken in terms of the information it actually gives us. We haven't used too much in terms of deconstruct, modify, and reconstruct. So I'll show you a little bit of that. So I'm actually going to take the base point, deconstruct its x, y, and z values, and reconstruct it using modifiers, which is basically just math. Okay, so let me turn this off, and I'm just going to pull it way up there. So our point exists right here. So I can go up into, and you don't have to follow along, I just want you to understand that this is here. This one is called Deconstruct Point. So I can deconstruct this point, and it'll give me numerical values for the x, y, and z axes. Is that clear so far? It's just like construct but reverse. Now the cool thing is I can go into construct point like this and pair them up. If I wanted to stay in the z-axis, or stay at its z0 level, which is what you said, just plug the z right in, right? Because the z is going to stay the same. You're not going to change it. If you want to modify the x, y, and z, it's pretty cool because you can just do it with a mathematical operator, right? Because it's a simple number. And all you want to do is either make it more or less. So I can say math, operators, and add. And I'll plug the x into one of them and the y into the other. And then I'll create a slider that says I have no idea how far it's going to go. So I'll do negative 25 to 25. And I'll plug that into both of them. So now what this is going to do when I plug these right back in to the same value, so x goes into x, y goes into y, I'm modifying the input so that I can now slide it back and forth. Okay, so I started at negative 25 from its original position down here. That's where the new point lives. And so I can go all the way up like this and just remap where that point actually lives. And this is, I think this is pretty clever how Grasshopper can do this. So you can do it, with simple addition. You can do it with multiplication. You can do it with exponential relationships. Any formula you want, you can do that with. Yes?
So then you would move the output of that new point to the surface 4 point instead of...
That's correct. Yeah. Move it to the surface 4 point. And so now you have the opportunity to just stretch the location of that surface. So I can go to negative 25 if I want. Pretty cool stuff, right? All right. So any questions on that? Cool. So I'm going to stop. What?
Yeah.
You-
I wanna use zoom out,
Oh, you want to zoom out? Okay, yeah.
updated that
I'll show you.
point.
Anyway, I'll stop the video. I'll zoom out so everybody can get it set up, and I'll help you out if you want to go this route. But again, it's not necessary to do this. I just wanted to show you because there was a question. So.